listen, she's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work. And when you do stuff like that and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that, that can be problematic for you.
Picture this, it's New Year's Eve. Angel Reese drops a photo that screams, "Look at me," instead of "Game on." Within minutes, boom. The internet blows up, and not in the way she hoped. Stephen A. Smith? He goes off on national TV.
Here's the part that I like about the backlash. Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
And just like that, Angel Reese disappears from social media. But the million-dollar question still hangs in the air. Was it all worth it? Picture this. It's New Year's Eve. Angel Reese posts a photo that screams, "Look at me," not "Game on." Within minutes, the internet erupts, and not in the way she hoped. Stephen A. Smith? Oh, he goes off, live on air. And just like that.
Especially when the comparison is going to be drawn to Caitlin Clark, who isn't doing such things. That might not be fair. I'm not saying it is. And you certainly have the right to dress how you want and to do what you want and to live your life. But people have a right to have their opinions about what you put on display. And if they don't like it and they believe that it's not the right thing for you to be doing when you talk about building your brand, I don't know how you can argue that, Tori.
Angel Reese's social media goes dark. From WNBA rebounding leader to Instagram exile, her journey has become a cautionary tale for athletes everywhere. But we're not just here to break it down, we're here to expose the real story. Stephen A. didn't hold back. He called out her attention-seeking moves and compared her to the ever-disciplined Caitlin Clark. What he said? You won't believe it. From desperate drama to her uncertain future in the WNBA.
My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. Nah, I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters.
Right.
I promise you. I better not see that. Hey, they could be in college in LA, in Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy will drop the mic, hop in the car, on the plane, or wherever. That ain't gonna happen. You said, I'm not having it. That's me.
This is the fallout no one saw coming. Are you ready? Let's go. The clock's ticking toward midnight, and there's Angel Reese, stunning, bold, and turning heads in a jaw-dropping dress, ready to welcome 2025 in style. But her fans? Yeah, they weren't exactly cheering. She posts the video on Instagram, probably thinking she's about to break the internet. Instead,
she deleted her Instagram, and that's the most important part about all of this, because clearly she's uncomfortable with some of the backlash that she's getting because she deleted her Instagram.
It completely backfires. Within minutes, the backlash hits hard. Comments pouring in, brutal, unforgiving. Even her most loyal fans were like, "Girl, what were you thinking?" And when your own followers start flipping, that's when you know you seriously messed up. So what got everyone so fired up? Picture this, Angel Reese, dressed in a barely there outfit.
Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it.
Strutting into the new year like it's a runway show, not a celebration. We're talking bold, unapologetic, and just one scroll away from controversy. This wasn't your average New Year's Eve look. This was a full-blown shockwave, and it hit social media hard.
Yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady. She's very smart, very accomplished. And on top of it all, she is in this age where she does know social media exists. And she has exploited it to her advantage. And so when you take that into consideration, that means you're mindful of the imagery and the perception that you're assisting in creating about yourself.
People weren't just looking, they were staring, rewatching, and most of all, Commenting. Double takes turned into hot takes. Critics called it too much. Fans split down the middle. And the media. Oh, they had a field day. Then, silenced as the heat intensified, Reese's social media presence vanished, no warning. No explanation. Her entire Instagram? Gone. Just like that. Let's be real for a second. This isn't just about a dress. This is about a...
Here's what I have a problem with, Tori. Angel Reese, in doing the things that she has done, let's face reality. She's going to be attached to Caitlin Clark to some degree. If Angel Reese had never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa for in the Final Four of the national championship, if that hadn't happened, Angel Reese's name might not be as big.
Smith didn't pull any punches when he said,
But what's not debatable is the fact that Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Like that photo right there.
A young athlete who may have just damaged her own brand in front of the entire world. Angel Reese is 22 and in the sports world? That's old enough to know better. She's not just a rookie anymore. She's a public figure, a role model, and one of the most talked about names in women's basketball. Now, the big question is echoing everywhere. What's next for Angel Reese? Is she bouncing back?
You have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately. It comes with the crown. You're a queen. You're beautiful. So you just have to remember that if you aren't ready for the scrutiny, if you're not ready for the heat, then, you just got to be mindful that what comes with it. You have to be mindful with what comes with it.
Or has this one moment shifted everything? But before fans could even catch their breath, Stephen A. Smith stepped in, and he didn't hold back. What he said about Angel Reese's New Year's surprise. Yeah, you're gonna want to hear this. First off, Stephen A. Smith came in swinging. He called out Angel Reese's hypocrisy faster than you can say double standard. His message? Crystal clear. You can't flaunt the spotlight, and then cry foul when it burns. Ouch. That's gonna leave a mark. But wait.
It might have been a right or wrong decision depending on what she feels or what other people feel. I'm just saying that what's inescapable is that it's going, even though she's not Caitlin Clark, she's going to be reminded she's not Caitlin Clark with every good thing that Caitlin Clark does, because that was her number one nemesis, in a lot of people's eyes, number one.
It gets juicier. Stephen A. wasn't letting Reese off the hook that easy. He flipped the script and pulled out the ultimate comparison card. Enter Caitlin Clark. Yep, that Caitlin Clark. The one dominating on the court, crushing records, and keeping her brand clean, focused, and drama-free. Stephen A. didn't just drop her name, he put her on a pedestal as the example of how to do it right. Angel Reese. Left looking like the cautionary tale. Stephen A.
Number two, she was seen during various interviews and what have you, talking about threats, talking about insults, crying about how people were coming at her with such venom and hostility, particularly in her last year at LSU, before she ultimately graduated to the pros. She brought up all of these things, which means she was aware of it. And if you're aware of it, you have to understand that that's going to be part of the judgment that comes against you, fair or unfair. That's what I'm saying, Tori.
A. Smith didn't pull a single punch. He came out swinging, raw, real, and straight to the point. No sugarcoating, no filters. Just pure unfiltered truth. The kind that makes headlines before the show's even over. He questioned Angel Reese's decisions, her timing, her message, everything. And when Stephen A. raises the heat like that, you know the whole sports world's about to pay attention. Fire hears that final part rewritten in a smooth, viral, emotionally intense YouTube narration style. Perfect for commentary.
Caitlin Clark, the reason I bring up Caitlin Clark is because they're attached at the hip with one another, which means they're ultimately going to be compared, Tori. And when you look at Caitlin Clark is balling. She's a rookie of the year. She was one of the finalists for the league MVP honors as a rookie, breaking all types of records. She should have been on Team USA. She didn't choose to play in an unrivaled league. Her brand building has been incredibly impressive.
Shorts or long-form content. Talk about a slam dunk of a comparison. Asterisk Caitlin Clark's out here building an empire, on and off the court. Meanwhile, Angel Reese. Well, let's just say her game is starting to feel more Instagram than NBA. But But here's the thing. Stephen A.'s criticism isn't just about one photo. It runs deeper, questioning something way more personal. What does Angel Reese really want to be? Asterisk asterisk, is she an athlete? An influencer? Can she be both without losing who she is? It's like watching a high-stakes identity.
Well, we have to remember one thing. She's not Caitlin Clark. And we can't ask her to be
Right.
anyone else besides herself. And
Sure.
especially not
Sure.
right here. We're not going to do that. We want you to be you. We love seeing the great parts of your journey. But we also have to remember she's 22 years old.
We understand that everybody's got their own taste, their own flavor, and certainly their own rights. But there are other people that's going to exercise their rights to be ultra critical about it. And then I'm not even talking about the outfit that Angel Reese has worn. I'm talking about the overall pressure of having to be compared as a brand to somebody who's conducting their branding with near perfection. That's what I'm saying. She's going to have to deal with that, Tori, whether she likes it or not.
Tug of war, and right now, Angel Reese is getting pulled hard in the wrong direction. Then it got even hotter. Stephen A.'s guest jumped in, and they weren't holding back either. They straight up said what a lot of people were already thinking. Angel Reese looks desperate for attention, any attention. It's like she's stuck in a game of notice me, while the rest of the sports world, yeah, they're locked in on actual basketball. Not a good look, but here's where things get real.
The bosses are always watching. Whether directly or indirectly, there's always eyes on you. Okay? And so you could be in a nice dress. You could be on a red carpet. You could be on the beach on vacation or whatever. What you post is what they're paying attention to because they're trying to measure what your intentions are based off of what they see.
Stephen A. didn't just criticize her post. He raised the stakes. He warned this could impact her WNBA career. Our team's watching. You bet your bottom dollar they are. And he nailed it when he said, when you do stuff like that and draw attention to yourself, it can be problematic. Because in pro sports, image is everything. And right now, Angel Reese might be branding herself into a corner. Let's be real for a second. In the world of pro sports, your reputation isn't just built on what you do on the court, it's built on how you carry yourself off it. And right now, Angel Reese's off-court antics are starting to overshadow her talent. Stephen A. put it plain and simple, Reese needs to choose. Does she want to be remembered for her game or her Instagram game? It's a tough call, but
Down because they don't see her as someone that's marketable because
Neither do I.
You know, and that's the pain that I had for her in this, but I want her to know, if she's listening, we're excited to still see you. Bring back that beautiful Instagram page and just learn from it.
in this fast-moving world of pro sports, one thing's certain. Yesterday's star can become today's cautionary tale. Faster than you can say. Deleted account. So what's next for Angel Reese? Will she take Stephen A.'s words to heart and lock back in on the court? Or will she double down on the clout chasing and controversy? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the ball's in her court now. And speaking of doing it right, let's talk about the shining example Stephen A. couldn't help but mention. But hey, before we dive into that, if you've made it this far and you're enjoying the heat, drama, and breakdown, do us a solid, smash that like button, hit subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss a story like this.
Younger kids right now are also not able to see 40 years from now. You know, you post that photo, you're not thinking, what's this going to do to me 40 years from now? You know, think about that. You know, when you post this, what's going to happen to my sponsorship? And my last thing is, if you're a young member of society today and you have social media and you are big time, just remember that you need to have advisors around you. Paid advisors, as well as people who knew you before your fame.
That's great advice.
Because
That's great advice.
We know your time's valuable, and trust us, we appreciate you being here. Now, back to the action. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark, the reason her name keeps coming up, and how she's becoming the gold standard for athletes in the spotlight. While Angel Reese is busy stirring up drama, Caitlin Clark is out here living her best life and stacking wins on every front. These two stars couldn't be more different. While Reese is dodging headlines, Clark's been booked, and for all the right reasons. She just gave a powerful speech at a women's leadership.
And the people right now who are going through this, who are facing these moments, who are thrust into the spotlight, take a look at your advisors around you. Do they have your best interest? And if you do get pushed back in this way, ask yourself, who were the people around me during that time? And what do they say about this? And keep that in mind, because your reputation, at the end of the day, you have the power over that.
Forum in Massachusetts, chopped it up with NFL legends Jason and Travis Kelce on their hit podcast. Won multiple Athlete of the Year awards, and oh yeah, she's been hitting the gym non-stop. With her new head coach, Stephanie White Dano tweets, "No controversy. Just work ethic and results. She's not just talking the talk. She's walking it, owning it, and dominating every step of the way." Meanwhile, Reese is tangled in social media backlash, and Clark? She's building a legacy. Talk about different priorities. The media? They're eating this story up. It's like a sports movie unfolding in real life. On one side, you've got Caitlin Clark, the rising star with grit, grace, and game. She's earning praise not just for how she plays, but for how she carries herself off the court. And then there's Angel Reese, different story entirely. While Reese makes headlines for controversy, Clark is out here building something real. She's got the skills, the smarts, and the charm, and she's using them to inspire, not distract. While people scroll through Reese's drama, Clark is showing young girls everywhere that you can be successful.